Good morning. Welcome in to another installment of Your Life Matters with clinical social worker Dr. Beth Plachetka from Safe Harbor Counseling and Dr. Beth Speaks. And Dr. Beth joins us in studio as always. How are we doing this morning, Doctor?
I'm good, Mike. How are you doing?
Not doing too bad. If we have kids listening, if they're tuned in, they're thinking about school, maybe not in a great way. Maybe it is in a great way, what have you. It varies, I'm sure. But school is here, can't avoid it. And we've got kind of a series of topics that center around school.
We do. And it's funny because I'm sure that I've mentioned before, our listeners would know that I worked in schools for a really long time. And my husband just happened to mention the other day, hey, it's August 1st, you should be thinking about school. And I was. You start to rev up because it's for me, it was such a fun job. And also, it's such an important job. So in this first series, what I want to talk about, or first of the series, I want to talk about what parents should be thinking about when they're sending their kids to school. I think because we've all gone to school, we assume that everything is the way it always was.
Sure.
And, it can't possibly be true because at one point people were riding horses to school and you're carrying water in and all that stuff. So we know it evolves. And what I encourage is intentional participation. Like we need to consciously think, what do we want our kids to learn? And, most people will say, math, English, some social studies, some sports,
history, sure.
History, all the common things. But there's, over the time that I was teaching, I realized that there's a lot of other things kids learn. And I would encourage parents to think about this as well. Things like successful student behaviors that lead to successful adult behaviors. In order to be a good student, you have to be honest. Is that really your work? Now, are you terrible if you cheated? No. But is it good for you? No.
Right.
And that's a good habit to get into, is always being honest. Tenacity, being able to stick with it, or being kind. Having boundaries, where this is mine and I can share, but I can't give you everything, kind of stuff. Other things that really make being a student, make a successful student, I guess I should say, is being helpful and patient. Some kids will say, I don't get it after trying half of a problem.
Yeah.
And
I give up, yeah.
Right. And nobody gets it after that. Ability to set and meet timely goals, follow instructions. I don't know about you, but we've put a few bookshelves together at our house. You better read instructions because they don't all go otherwise. Yeah. Listening, people start to think, I already know what you're going to say, so they stop listening. The ability to make a moral decision, is it good for me? Is it right? Should I do it? And accept whatever outcome comes out of that. Being self-reliant and also able to collaborate. Those are all skills we need so desperately. But when I ask parents, they probably say things like, I want them to feel good about themselves. What I've also known over the years is that kids feel really good about themselves when they've struggled with an age-appropriate developmental task and won. I have learned my multiplication tables. I can drive a car. I can shoot a basket. Whatever it is that they are trying to do, if they use the skills and keep at it, then they feel good about themselves. And that's what we want to make sure that we do. So sometimes as parents, we want to intercede and say, hey, lighten up on our student. And maybe we should. There might be the way in which we encourage them that we want to do it differently. That's where the communication between parent and teacher is vital. If I say it in a certain tone and it sounds harsh to them and I'm not intending it that way, I need to change the tone. But we don't want to remove the obligation of the correction. So, because our students matter and they make wonderful adults when they learn the skills early.
Yeah, and parents can help in certain ways too to try to keep this moving along.
Right, get some sleep, get some meals, and encourage kids to keep going.
That's right. Don't give up after that half a second working at a problem. You'll be able to figure it out as we start a new school year. That's all the time we have on today's topic. We've got a few more school-related shows the next couple of weeks, so we hope you stay tuned for that. You can always find out more online and listen to